Hi all folks, this is Max from Hi on Android.com. So I've got the heat up test of the new iPad here. I've been reading reports that the new iPad does heat up, and we're going to find out if it really does. Will it cause any problems? Let's find out. So I've got my infrared thermometer here. It's very accurate, which can measure the surface. It's at 70.48 bottom left. The problem area is supposed to be right here, and I think where this processor is. And also bottom right is 74.2, right top is 73.3, and left top is 73.8. Let's say it's about 74. Also the room temperature is 66.4 by measuring my desk. Actually it's 70 here. So about 70. So it's running at about 74. I've got it turned off for a while now. So let me go test this out. First, I'm gonna make sure it's on the brightest setting, and that way make sure temperature rises. And I've got Wi-Fi on here. This is the Wi-Fi version. If you have 4G LTE, you might even get hotter. Let me see, brightness, I've got it on all the way up. Just kind of testing outdoors. I mean, what would happen outdoors. And I'll run Pandora in the background. Kind of that's streaming in the background there. So that's streaming. And while that's going on, I'm going to start playing Riptide. Let's play Riptide here. And I'm gonna go play around, and I'll be right back. Hi folks, so I've got first place. That's been 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Let me measure the bottom. So it's went up about 5 degrees, 80.9, 81.0, 81.5, 82.3. As you can see, it went up. So let me run some Limpack here real quick. Let's run benchmark here, and this is very CPU intensive, so without playing more games, maybe I can see it going up. It's at about 81.8, 81.5, 82.3, so it's going up slowly, 82.4, 82.5, so it's going to keep going up. I'll run this test several times. This is a good way to kind of, ooh, it's getting really hot though. The bottom left, if you hold it like this, it is very hot, especially like right there. Wow. Because I don't really play that much games, so it's not a real big problem for me, but let me run it again. And I'm going to keep measuring here. 82.3. The CNET support report says that it goes all the way up to 95. Consumer report says it goes up to 115. Now that also depends on the room temperature. My room temperature is only 69.3, so you might, if you're in 100 degrees, this 80.4 might more be like 110 degrees. 82.5, 82.9, 82.8, so it's going up slowly. It keeps going up. I'm gonna see if I can get to the maximum. Again, if you live in a cold climate like me, where the temperature is always 70 here in San Francisco Bay Area, it's not gonna be a huge problem. Let me run speed test real quick. But if you live in, you know, like Arizona, where temperature gets up to 110 in the summer, and you try to use this outside, it's probably gonna be near 120, 130 degrees, which can really fry your iPad. And a lot of laptops do run a lot hotter than the iPad, but those things are designed to run at higher. Plus, they have fans. Versus the iPad, the new iPad doesn't have any fans, so that could be a potential long-term problem. So if you are in the hot country, I would really wait out if you want to get the new iPad. So it's been going up 83.4 now. Let me run Limpack again. And you know, that could be a potential problem if you're gonna try to use your iPad outside, let's say 90 degrees. And if you add the difference here, 70 versus almost 80, 84 now, that's 14-degree difference. At 90, it's gonna run at 115, and over that, it could be kind of potentially dangerous for your kids if you live in the hot climates. Alright folks, so I've got to keep running the benchmark here. 83.9, and it seems to keep going up. Let me see, 84.4. That's so far the highest. I'm gonna keep running it. Let me run it one more time here, and I think that's about topped out. Is it? Oh, 85.2. It keeps going up. So the more graphical games you play, or you know, graphic intense stuff you play constantly, it's gonna potentially go up a lot. I got it at 85.3. I'm gonna keep trying. And also on the bottom right, 78.2. So it's not just the bottom left. 87.7 on top right, and 82.1 on the bottom left. In landscape mode. Uh-oh. Ah, Jesus. Well, I powered off accidentally. Anyway, that it is very hot. You can feel it. I'm gonna stop there, but the point is that, you know, maybe Apple is trying to cover up their heating issues. I think it is an issue if it gets this hot in the hot climates. And if any of you have the new iPad and in the new climates, try this test. If you have a infrared thermometer or some kind of laser thermometer works too. And let me know how it works for you, and if you know, potentially if my room temperature wasn't 70 but let's say 80 or 90, maybe you're in the Philippines or something, it's 68.6. That's additional 70 to 80. This additional 10-20 degree difference, so 85 to 95 to 105, and it could be even higher in the summer. And also if you bring it out in the sun, the sun's gonna heat up the screen, the whole pad, so potentially it could make your device last a lot shorter. A good way to avoid that is turning down the brightness. Of course, if you're outside, you don't want to do that because you can't see the screen then. That's the thing. Actually, let's run it just one more time with our Pandora running. And let me run it just one more time. So 4,000. And it is very getting hot. But I really like it because it's cold here all the time. It's always 70 or 65, and I can bring it outside and cool it down naturally. Again, it could be a potential problem if you live in hot climates. If you have kids who play with it, just make sure they don't play with it out in the outside. And also, there's been reports of previous iPhones, iPads that exploded. That's what I think. You can clear me on that. And if it gets that hot, it can potentially explode the battery, which is another issue. And I hope, honestly, Apple will try to fix this issue than trying to cover it up. It's not an issue for me, but it might be an issue for you if you live in a hot country like Philippines or, you know, Thailand, where it's always 85. So I've got 85.3. I gotta stop there. So that's my heating test. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button here, subscribe to my channel, and share this with your friends who are wondering about the heating problem. It's not a big deal unless you live in a hot climate with kids. Anyway, see you guys later. Thanks for supporting my channel. We get high on Android. Check out my logo I did here. This is I actually designed this whole logo. I took apart the original logo, and the difference is that, you know, the Android recovery, it'll show you the skateboarder, the Android robot skateboarding, but it's not correct. This is correct. This is actually starting a nollie or ollie. So that's a long leg. He's kicking it up and he's about to do a kickflip. How cool is that, right? Anyway, I'm gonna have a bunch of t-shirts. I might start a t-shirt company real soon here. So watch out for that, and I might give them out to my best subscribers. Anyways, thanks you guys. See y'all later, and get high on Android. Yeah.